Hi, Kath. How are you? Hi, Frau Lunar. How are you? Hi, Raven. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody. Hi, Tara. Hi, Jill. How are you? Hi, Bodini. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing? Hi, Marion. How are things in Australia? I talked to so many people in Australia. Hi, Janine. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Hey, Dana. How are you? You feel tired? The energy is quite tired. Hi, Clivey. How are you? Hi, Diane. Happy Monday. I can't even believe it's Monday. Like, the weeks are just flying by. The days, like, are flying too, but the process is just so slow lately. Everything feels like a snail's pace, yet the days are fast. I'm well, Dana. Been really busy around the house. Did some sessions today. Hi, Sarah. I'm well, thank you. How are you? I think I finally have some answers about the little bit of water that's come through, so I'm looking to get that fixed right now. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, the energy is different. It's been a slow morning. Mm-hmm. Totally get it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, my friend. I've been wearing my hair more straight lately. I go through phases where, like, I wear it really curly, or wavy and then straight. But when I cut my hair recently, it allowed me to kind of go back to wearing it more straight. So thank you. How are you doing? It's winter. It is, I know. You guys are in opposite seasons. Tuesday morning where you are, you have 2 days off work. Nice. Hi, Daniel. How are you? Your car is giving you challenges? Uh-oh. Well, that's Mercury retrograde energy. Hi, Brownie Cat. How are you? Hi, Gina. I'm well, thank you. How are you? I'm really curious to know the word of the day for all of you, because energy is lighter, but man, the tiredness on the weekend, if you've been feeling those upgrades that are kind of happening to us, like we almost have to rest in order to recalibrate, if that makes sense. Hi, Twinkle. How are you? Hi, Positivity. Hi, Jesse. You're selling your car? Well, sending you lots of positive vibes for a good experience. Hi, Jackie. You feel frustrated today? Yeah, I can imagine. If you're dealing with car issues, then yeah, for sure. Best quote of my life, trust the process, Rob. Trust the process. Hello, how are things in South Africa? I talked to a lot of people in South Africa too. Thank you, Demi, appreciate it. You feel exhausted, Dana? Yeah, I get it. Yes, Lucia, I agree, TTP. But Newark, good for you. Hi, Pauline, I'm well, thank you. How are you? You've been tired, allergies? Yeah, but slept well last night? That's good. Oh, you're making banana bread. I love banana bread. Although I haven't been eating it with my diet lately, but I wouldn't mind some. You can't explain the energy. It's like new and a little bit more powerful, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, the energy. Hi, Veronica. I'm well, thank you. How are you? The energy I would describe right now is okay. The one word. Okay, you don't even have to repeat. I'm just gonna give you. I'm gonna give you the blank, and then the second half. Blocked. Blocked. Okay. Anybody else feel that same energy, or you feel a little bit blocked? Rooster, chicken, blocked. You got to be careful with words. I have three. Clippy. Three cats. That's the energy. Anybody understand what I mean by that? Like, does anybody feel that? Leslie just said, "LOL, I just blocked someone." But do you know what I mean? Like, does anybody like feel that same way where there's like kind of just like, okay, so it's not just so it's not just me. Flocked. That's right. Blocked, blocked, blocked. Thank you, Dana. That's very kind of you. Hi, Aiden. How are you? So my point of why I'm saying blocked is because it almost feels like there's this lull. Like the energy isn't bad. It's not necessarily like superb, but it's pickle blocked. We have a new one. We have a new pickle blocked. Yes, yes, pickle blocked. Hi, Karma Kitten. Karma just jumped up here. Yes, pickle blocked. Right, right. So it's this energy of saying, okay, like there's this lull in the energy. There's a bit of blocking. You did block a pickle. Okay, Leslie, so it fits. or maybe not. Aloha, how are you? Yeah, cucumber block, pickle block, whatever word we want to use. Hi, Nick. You entered at the right time. Hi, Tori. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Oh my gosh, we are a group of very interesting people, aren't we? Hi, Ardella. How are you? Hi, Lily. Oh boy, oh boy. Hi, Katie Louise. So the reason why I'm saying that's the only word or term that I think really works right now, because we're not kind of like in a, yes, we're clocked. That's right, we're clocked. We're clocked. We're gonna mesh the two words together. We're clocked. It's this energy of we're not quite in the energy we want to be yet. Thank you. Hi, Robert. We're not in the energy we want yet. It's happening. We're just not there yet. It's a little bit blocked from being there for a reason. It almost just feels like there's a reason right now that things are just a little bit blocked. Hey, my friend, how are you? So yeah, TTP, everybody. If you're feeling pickle blocked at the moment, I love how we have to be so inventive with words. But yeah, that's kind of what the vibe is. So maybe you're not feeling it yet, but to me, that's the kind of vibe in the air. There's also a lot of testing happening. Hi, Deb, how are you? There's also a lot of testing happening where you're being pushed to your limits. Like, are you willing to be in new energy, or are you going to be pulled back into the old? Are you stuck on somebody from your past? Are you unwilling to let go? There's so many variables right now that are testing us. You've been seeing a ton of cards with resistance energy. Devil card, me too. Actually, Nick, you just reminded me of something that I'm going to share. And I don't even make videos like this, but I'm going to tell you what came through today. Hi, Rick. How are you? Oh, thank you so much. Hi, John. Hi, positive vibes. You do feel blocked? Okay. Let me share something also that came through today. And you guys know me. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I very rarely do videos where I'm talking about infidelity. But I will tell you something that came through today. I was using this particular deck with an E, just to clarify, everybody, called Soul Seeker Signs. And I don't know if any of you are feeling suspicious about somebody. Oh, thank you. My hair reminds you of vanilla ice cream. Yeah, in this lighting, it definitely looks very blonde. I mean, it's hard to find the right lighting on Instagram or the right filter in a way, I guess you could say. You have this deck too, Leslie? Okay. Hi, Towering. How are you? So you're staying in the new. Good, Raven. I'm glad to hear that. There was some energy coming through about somebody who's suspicious about a partner who might be going out with somebody else, having coffee with somebody else. Like that energy of like, they told you not to worry about this person, but it always turns out that the one they tell you not to worry about is the one you got to worry about. I don't ever make, and you know me, I don't make videos like that. Like I don't make those kind of But it came through a few times. Hi, Jose, how are you? It came through a few times. So I don't know what to say. Maybe I'll use this deck in our reading today just to see, but if anybody is feeling suspicious about a partner, that they're talking to somebody or going out with somebody for coffee, or I don't know, it came through like a few times, and I don't, again, I don't typically like making those videos, but that's what was coming through. So I'm well, Jose, how are you? Nice to see you. So the energy's glitching. Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know, Nick, if that's come through for you at all, but like, it's really odd. Like, I don't make videos like that, but it just came through. You're not having coffee with anyone except your cats. They better not be. No, your kitties aren't cheating on you. No. So, hi, Mike. I'm well, thank you. How you doing? So let's see. Let's see what's going on. If you didn't give me your word of the day, give me your word of the day. Maybe we should follow my mom's request and say, what's your song of the day? What's the song of the day that's ringing in your head? Hi, Steph. How are you? Hi, Shannon. How are you today? So you haven't picked up on that? Oh, it shocked me today because again, it's very rare that I've ever like made videos like that, but I just was like, this doesn't seem right because the suspicious card kept coming out, and then the coffee card, and then I don't know. I saw a few things come out today that really surprised me. Oh, the song Cry Me a River, Justin Timberlake. Oh, did anybody see those Justin Timberlake videos from Electric Castle in Romania? Oh boy, that's a whole other conversation. If you saw those on TikTok. If you haven't, oh. Steph, no, not yet. I was filming today, and that's that was the message that was coming through. Oh, Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. Fellow Canadian. Nutshell, Alice in Chains. Interesting, Deb. Oh, no, it was that his voice, this was a festival. He was headlining a festival, and like he barely sang like 5 words of a song. You're Canadian too, Shannon? Amazing. Hi, RVF, how are you? You find JT cringy. I do now. I didn't used to, but I do now. I would agree with you. Tutelage. Oh, really, Nick? That's your word of the day? Wind of Change by the Scorpions. You're learning how to sing slow songs. So all I can say. Interesting. Hi, Lavender. So I'll use that deck just to see if anything comes through. I got Karma laying here next to me. She's being a big sweetheart. She's been loving jumping into the readings lately. Hi, Rochelle, how are you? Wind of Change. So let's see. Currently today, oh, the Tower. And you know what's interesting? Oh, thank you, Lavender. I appreciate it. You know what came through today in that kind of suspicious energy was me saying something that could be bad luck ends up being good luck. Because I'm always of the mindset good luck is bad luck is good luck. Sometimes you think something is amazing and it doesn't go like you thought, and then vice versa. And I think that something may come to light that you've been suspicious about, but it will be a blessing in disguise. So we'll see. All I can take by Justin Bieber. Interesting. Stairway to Heaven, Comfortably Numb. Hi, Kat. So the Tower energy is the current vibe. Intentions, Justin Bieber. The Tower chased you last week. So let's see. Fantasy. It's all... Oh, I hate saying such things but I mean, this is what you do. You're honest when it comes to the cards. It's almost like somebody's had a bit of a Tower moment in regards to a fantasy. Something that they thought was a certain way isn't. And I don't even know what to say. And I hate when those things kind of come through, but I would never lie. Hi, Pandy. Hi, Pandy. Pandy's gonna console us. Oh, thank you, Towering. I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm on 3 different platforms at once. I'm on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. So, Mama, I'm coming home. Oh, Pandy, you okay? Pandy slipped. That makes sense, Raven? Does that make sense, Leslie? That does, yeah, of the Maldives conversation? Mm-hmm. Yes, there's the confirmation. I don't know. It came through this afternoon. I can't say that I had these vibes in the morning, but something this afternoon shifted because when I pulled the cards, yes, there were some lovey vibes. I'm not going to lie. There were lovey vibes, but then there was like a side where it was like for somebody, I don't know. And like the eye color came through. Green eyes, brown eyes came through. I don't know. I said it must be specific to somebody because it gave me eye color. Yeah. So messy. No wonder the Tower came out. Yeah, the Tower has been... You embarrassed your kids in the mall one time because of that song? Nah, there's no embarrassment. There's no embarrassment. Did that make sense, Leslie? So I don't know who it was for, but let's see. Let's keep digging into the cards. What deck did I just use? Oh, it's the Mermaid deck. Okay, there we go. Eye color resonates. No, I know, Sarah. I agree. Potential or challenge is the Six of Pentacles. We want equal giving and receiving and balance. That's what it is. If it's not balanced, then something's gotta shift, right? You have hazel green eyes. Hi, Mel. How are you? Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Thank you. Vacation. Holiday, rest, break, chill out. Like somebody needs to chill out right now. And just like find some balance, recalibrate a little bit. Hi, Sarah. Let's see what else we need to know. The World, completion of a cycle. Something has ended and there's like a new beginning somehow. I'm well, thank you. I'm well. You're going on vacation Tuesday, Annie. Where are you going? That's amazing. Hi, Cece. I agree. Chilling out midsummer sounds great. My day's going well, Jennifer. How are you? Hi, Asset. Hi, Anisha. That's okay, Steph. No worries, no worries. Smoky Mountains, nice. What we should focus on today. New emotional beginnings. Messages that are emotional. I also got some cards today about like crying, as in like letting go, like a release, like an emotional release. Take care, Leslie. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hi, Sasha. Yeah, you keep seeing the World card come out. Yeah, you're welcome, Leslie. No brown-eyed girls in your life in a long time? So let's see what else we need to know. I got Pandy here. Pandy, what color are your eyes, Pandy? Pandy's got green eyes, greeny yellow eyes. Let's see. Moving on. This is my point. You have green eyes? Me too. I do too. I'm well, Anisha. How are you? Hi, Meredith. I know Pandy's so sweet, Deb. She really is. She's trying to get in here. You watched two creators break down today? Oh no, Jackie, I wonder what's going on. The World card, 10 of Swords. Yeah, 10 of 1. I've seen a lot of 10s as well. You're right. You're right, Nick. Moving on. You have green eyes too? They say 3% of the population has green eyes, but I feel like there's got to be more green-eyed people because I do meet a lot of green-eyed people. Oh, Satakshi, I'm sorry. The shade of my lip color, I know, I love this color, but I'm at like the bottom of it now. It's the Wet n Wild purpley color lipstick, like $2, and I can't even find it. I have to look online. They don't sell it at the drugstore here anymore. My eyes go a little bit gray too. Gray, green, green, gray. So I'm like you, Steph. Hi, child, how are you? You have hazel eyes? Bye, Lucia. Have a good night. You're welcome. So let's see. Moving on. House. Ooh. Boundaries. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Thank you, Anisha. Boundaries. Where you belong, where you feel at home. Maybe you're moving on to something that feels more stable, more balanced. I'm well, thank you. They go green, gray, blue. Yeah. People think my eyes are blue. I get that a lot, but yet it's not that my eyes are blue. I think it's that they go a little bit gray, and that maybe gives people the impression that they're blue. You know? Okay, I'll take a look. Thank you. I've looked on Amazon, but I forget the name of the color. I'll have to Google it or look it up somewhere like you said. Oh, thank you. Recent past is Ace of Swords, truth and clarity. See what I mean? Epiphanies. Have any of you had any epiphanies lately? Yeah, you're not. Oh, I've seen Queen of Swords nonstop, Nick. Queen of Swords all day. Law of detachment. Hi, pretty angel. Nice to see you. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Thank you, Tay. Do you want me to do another live YouTube reading? If people want me to do a night on YouTube again, I can do that. Sure. I just have to think about a day and a time. Okay, let me see what I can do. Hi, Odelia. Nice to see you. So recent past could be epiphanies. Getting information. Yeah, you would love that? Okay. That's something I can do. Hi, Anthea. How are you? Hidden. Oh, something that was hidden is coming to light. I'm telling you, there's something. I don't know who that's for, but there's definitely a vibe out there of like something that was hidden or that you were suspicious of is coming to some sort of fruition. You've had a rough day. Oh, Rosette, I'm sending you lots of love. That's tough to go through. Cancer and dementia. Oh my goodness. Sending positive vibes. Let's see. Thank you, Anthea. The moon card. Oh my God. Yes. Another one, Nick. You're right. Hi, doll. There's a shift happening. And I told you, this is good luck. I know it doesn't feel like good luck, but whatever this is that's going to come to light or whatever that has been coming to light, it may not be nice at first, but it will be okay later. It will be okay later. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look at the, hi Barry. Let's take a look at the strength position. Page of Swords, spying or observing. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching. You're a forensic investigator? You were shocked about what you found out about someone close to you just by letting them within proximity to you. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm telling you, information has a way of revealing itself, right? I think I would have been good at forensics. I remember when I was a kid, that's something that I was really fascinated by. Hey, Kagat, how are you? Sometimes it goes that way where like I'm on people's FYP and then I'm not, or it's funny that usually when people see you frequently, there happens to be a phase where you don't see them at all. Because I have that too with people I follow. And I'm like, I don't know how I don't see their stuff considering I follow them. You got at least 3 sets of eyes on you. Yeah. And Mel, my advice, lean back. Lean back. Do not engage in anything at all. Just live your best life, Mel. Sinus congestion doesn't surprise me. Oh, thanks, Roseanne. I appreciate it. I know. I love that song by Rockwell Mike. I do. That's Scorpio, Mars, and Virgo stellium. Uh-huh. I know. I just randomly came up in your feed, Robin. Nice. Welcome. It's funny. I had somebody come by my house because I told you I'm having my windows done. I can't say the word. Clocked. Because I have a little bit of water coming through. And so this person came over and like at the very end, as they're walking out the door, I said, hold on a second. I go, don't think I'm some weirdo. I'm like, don't think I'm some weirdo. I'm like, I got to ask you, what is your zodiac sign? And they looked at me and they said, Virgo. And I went, I knew it. I just knew it. You can tell a Virgo by the way that they watch things. You know, they're very observant or they take note of things. And, you know, like I always say that's the kind of person you want doing work in your house because they're the kind of people that are going to see every nook and cranny. You know, they're going to, not my cracks being chalked, Nick. Just her cracks are being chalked. Oh my God. The seam in the stucco outside of my house, it needs some attention. You're a Virgo too, Annie? Nice. Yeah, I would love to, Mel. Yeah, let me know. I can make it happen. I think Virgos make great detectives. Your dad's a Virgo? Every nook and cranny. Yeah, Sarah. Bye, Jill. Have a good night. But yeah, somebody is watching. Oh, thanks, Robin. I appreciate it. Robin, I have the best online family. I sure did, Dana. I won't even repeat what you just said, but yeah. Hi, Eleanor. How are you? You're a Virgo with the moon in Scorpio. Oh, you're very observant. It doesn't even matter whether it was an I or a you, Dana, because it made sense, right? Yeah, Tay, it's a general reading. So, Page of Swords, fate. Oh, fate. Meant to be. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Trust, divine. Boy, in one card, we got a couple lines here. Meant to be and trust, divinely guided. Well, nothing that's meant for you will ever pass you by. Nice. You're a Libra? Yeah, the Aries does overanalyze quite a bit. You're a Leo, seashells? Oh, thanks, Christine. You're watching from the Philippines. The Chariot, but you got to move forward. Do not wait on anything. You know, this is the thing. Another message that came through in the readings today was, whatever you do, stop waiting on someone. Stop waiting on someone. Waiting brings more waiting. Oh, funny. Jennifer just wrote, like, I got on a dating site. I already have 2 matches. Definitely not waiting. Just as I said, don't wait. Do not wait. And I think people neglect to understand that if you wait on someone, you will continue to wait. You know? Right, Pandy? Pandy doesn't wait. She just pushes her way through here. She just pushes her way through. You know? Oh, I love you. Yeah, Pandy, you're such a good girl. Pandy is the purest of pure. You have to live your best life, and you're not going to miss what's meant for you. It's just that if you wait, you're going to miss out on things that you could have really enjoyed. How do you know it's not going to be the best thing that ever happened? She is. I know, Dana. She is honestly just so, so sweet. You just stumbled upon my page and you're an Aries? Amazing, Christine. You're always welcome to join. I have the best online family. Aw, thanks, Cynthia. Pandy is the purest of pure. She is honestly the most affectionate cat I could ever imagine. Like, she's stuck to me like glue all the time. So I have 3 kitty cats. Good for you, Roseanne. Pandy says meow meow. She says hi. Okay, so Pandy, I need to shuffle the cards, okay? Just give me a second. You're a Virgo as well? Claire, nice. From South Africa. Like I said, I speak to a lot of people from South Africa. Instead of waiting, I just want to focus on yourself, and then what's meant for me will find me. So Jennifer, yes and no. Yes and no to that. It's okay to focus on yourself, but here's a conversation that I had with somebody earlier today that I want to remind all of you about. There's nothing wrong with focusing on yourself, of course, going towards your goals. Thank you, Christine. Going towards your goals, your personal growth and evolution. But you can only learn so much from reading and watching videos or doing courses. You need to be triggered by people. And that's why a lot of people will say, I want to work on myself, and that's fine. I get it. But don't use that as a reason to not engage with other people, to go on dates, to put yourself out there, because the true work comes when you get triggered by new people. That's why I will always put myself out there no matter what. I will never stop. Pandy is our hope. Yes. Yeah, a reference to Pandora's box. Hope is clinging to this collective. Absolutely. You gotta have hope. Always. Always. Hi, my choice. How are you? Okay, near future. 6 of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters and peace. I mean, I saw a lot of peace energy as well today. Just wanting peace. My gosh, you know, like, it sounds so cliche, but it's so true. Like, who doesn't want to just feel a sense of peace? Hi, Hakima. How are you? Yeah, isolation, self-isolation is not going to help anybody. See, rejection. I saw this as well today. It's almost like you have to recognize that rejection is protection. Yeah, you get into hermit mode and then you don't want to move. I totally understand. I mean, listen, Deb, to be honest with you, I got to go to the post office. I got a notification from the post office. I got to go to the post office and I don't even want to get up and go to the post office. But I say to myself, A, I have to. And B, it's good to get out a little bit, you know? So, yeah, contact is needed sometimes. It sure is. But yeah, a lot of 6 of Swords as well, Nick. I agree. Rejection is protection. Just because something rejected you in the moment doesn't mean that it's not going to turn out well in the end. Remember, good luck is bad luck is good luck. Hi, Susan. Oh, that sounds nice, Mike. Oh, you're from Louisiana. You have green eyes and you're a Virgo too? Nice. Small world. Hi, Renata. How are you? You never thought about rejection as protection? It sure is, because it just means that it's not meant for you, and that's okay. Why does the universe drop you a dream guy in your lap and he's immature AF? You know why, Sarah? I'll tell you why. I've had this conversation over and over and over. And it's because, please take no offense to anybody, okay, when I say this. If the universe came to you and said, hey, listen, let's better ourselves, we would go, nah. So it basically drops romance into your lap, or what you think of as romance, because that you will jump at. Everybody will jump to love. Everybody will want to romanticize something. It's almost like a little bit of manipulation to get you to do it, to dangle the carrot to you so that you actually do it. Because if the universe said, hey, let's work on self-development, people wouldn't be as motivated. And as Nick just said, it's meant to push you forward, which is what it is. So again, the cake analogy, if you haven't watched my cake analogy, go, it's pinned to my profile. I believe that it's a very significant story because whenever I need a reminder, I go back and read the comments. You know, just as a side note, go and read the comments on that video, okay? Like hundreds of comments on there about how that story resonates with people. Like somebody left me such a beautiful comment the other day saying that this was the best example they'd ever seen of this kind of situation. The universe dangles a golden carrot in front of your face. I call it a carrot cake, right? It's that carrot that goes, do you want this? Yeah? You like it? Okay. And you're like, it tastes so good. And then all of a sudden you're eating it, right? And then the universe goes, now I'm going to take it away from you. Now go get it yourself. And it requires you to walk away, just like Sarah just said. Yeah, you weren't looking for anything when this happened. Nobody was. Exactly. That's the lure of getting something you really desire. That's you saying, I'm going to get my due. I'm going to get what I deserve finally because I've been through the shit of the shit of the shit, right? And then suddenly you eat it all up and then you realize that you have to figure out a way to better the situation yourself. You had a dream the other night that you were climbing the cake? No way, Sasha. So my point is, if somebody said to you, hey, let's better our self-development, we'd be like, nah, maybe somewhat inclined, but throw a little bit of spicy, throw a little bit of love in there, and people are much more motivated. People are much more motivated. So all I can say is it's done so that you will be lured in to find yourself again. The universe knows how to motivate us, 100%. The universe gives you what you need, not what you want. So when you're trying to force it, you're trying to chase it, you're trying to make this person fit, the universe knows better. You're celiac, so options are limited. I get it. But in theory. Yeah. So let's see, that rejection card, the peace card, the raccoon. You got to problem solve it. Hi, Deb. Hugs to you in Australia too. So many people from Australia. I love it. You know, this is the truth. Problem solve it. It's your job to problem solve it. You know, I think the thing is that, and again, forgive me, we're looking for other people to solve our problems. We think that love, the love of another person, is going to solve the emptiness that we have, the boundary issues that we have. Not even close, not even a chance. That doesn't do anything. It's, as Roseanne just said, self-love number one. Self-love, the highest form of self-love that you can show yourself is boundaries. Automatically. Boundaries. I love you, but I love myself more. Look, I'm human, right? You're all human as well. Think about this. Don't you think that there are days that I want to text someone, tell them I miss them, think about them, dream about them, go to the highlight reel about them? But reaching out to them is not going to solve the problem. That's going to give me a short-term gain and a long-term pain. It can't work that way. I have to be strong enough to follow what I say. I can't tell you to do as I say, right? Not as I do. Like did I say that correctly? I can't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do myself. So I know how hard it is not to reach out to someone. Like I know how hard it is to make that boundary. But it really is the truth that if you keep chasing somebody or enabling the behavior, you're going to keep getting the same behavior. We have to follow our own advice. And I take that very seriously. And I think that's why people come to me. You know what I mean? Like I will not be that person who tells you to do something and I will do the opposite. I will do it just like you, even when it's tough. You have to walk the walk and talk the talk. You were thinking about the raccoon when I mentioned the problem solving? Yeah. I live in your head. You walked when you saw the first red flag. We haven't even been on a date. Yeah, I hear you. It's hard. It's very hard to put yourself first. Because there are times when, of course, I'd love to reach out. There are times when I would love to just go back, you know, but I always say I can't go backwards. I can't go back to yesterday, last week, last month, last year, 5 years, 10 years. I just can't. I just can't. I will not. And that's the thing about me is that when I'm in that mode or in that zone, you got to come to me in that aspect. It's a matter of coming correct. I can take a lot. I can forgive a lot. I can, you know, see the bigger picture, but I cannot compromise myself anymore like I used to. So, hi Marta, how are you? Suggested approach is the Three of Swords. There's a broken heart that's getting in the way for a lot of people. And I said this in a reading that I filmed today as well. You got to let go of the broken heart. It's time. It's time. It's not helping anybody to talk about an old story, live an old story. And forgive me for saying this, because I said this in the reading. Victim mentality. Nobody likes to say this about themselves, but there's truth. If you're constantly saying, why me? Why me? Why did this happen? Why don't they love me? Why won't they be with me? Why? What did I do? Understand that it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their capacity. It's never about love. Love, whenever people come to me and they say, oh, but Kelly, this is special. Like, this is love. This is whatever. I believe you. I know that it's about love. I know that love is there between you. It's not about the love. It's the capacity. Thanks, Teresa. Nice to see you. Hi, Eric. Yeah, the new Kelly's not built for that anymore. Yeah, the cake analogy, Christine, it's on my Instagram. It's pinned to my Instagram or my TikTok. Take care, Sasha. It's never a reflection of whether you're good enough or you're worthy enough. It's really about whether someone has capacity. And the more that I do this professionally, the more I realize that avoidant attachment style is so prominent. And it makes me wonder about, you know, labels like twin flame journey, etc., even though we use these labels because that's what people want. But the reality is that when people are running from love or relationships and don't have capacity, this comes down to trauma, neglect as a child, emotional neglect, abandonment issues. These are all things that cause people to avoid intimacy and closeness. And when it gets to be too much, they run because they don't feel good enough. I don't think that twin flame is necessarily a trauma bond, Susan. I mean, it can be. And if it is a trauma bond, that's actually more karmic situations than twin flame. Twin flame is not negative. Twin flame is not abusive. It's not narcissistic. And a lot of people confuse. And that's why I don't like the labels, because most people who think they're twin flames are more than likely in a karmic situation, especially if it's a trauma bond. Unfortunately, but that's a whole other conversation. But dismissive avoidance, many people avoid closeness. So the broken heart, if we're stuck on a story of a broken heart or how somebody hurt us, it's not helping the situation, right? It's about acceptance. And I know it's very, very difficult. I've been there. I wouldn't talk about something I don't know. That is for certain. And I also speak to thousands of people. So the story is always the same. It wouldn't matter. I would guarantee you that any of you that I've spoken to in sessions, I bet you we've all had the same conversation. I guarantee you. You're right, Cece. Oh, I'm so sorry, Carly. That's really tough. People are afraid, Raven. Unfortunately, in that situation, they're afraid. Yeah, take the lesson and leave behind the trauma. It's just really hard, Nick, because the issue here is put anyone's person aside for a moment. We all have individual experiences of upbringing and different traumas, triggers, and hurts. So going back to the cake analogy, if you think about it, the cake analogy, whenever people say to me, but why can't we heal together? Why can't he and I or she and I go up the cake together? And there's a reason why you can't. You have different traumas, triggers, and hurts. My triggers are different than your triggers. My hurts are different than your hurts. This is not something that love is going to heal. This is something that self-love has to take care of. This is about you going through the process of getting better, a thicker skin, putting yourself out there, pushing through even when you don't want to. Because let's be real, who wants to go through all this? Nobody. But the people who are willing will be successful. Consistency, time, and effort is really what it takes. Why are ex-partners able to treat other partners nice and say you are the problem? It almost seemed like it was on purpose. And Thea, that sounds sometimes like narcissism. That also is because they can run to other people who are less than because they are easier and don't challenge them to change. That's why. It's not because they're suddenly the most romantic and most amazing person to somebody else. It's because that other person doesn't require them to change. And that's where people really struggle because they take it all so personally. It's all people taking it personally. So you're being tested for personal growth, so you continuously do the work. Always, Sarah. Hi, Cece. Always. Whenever I say, are you in the old or are you in the new? The reason I say that is because when you see signs, angel numbers, hear songs, see the name on a truck somewhere, the license plate, the birthdays, the this, the that, whatever. Look, what do you think it's doing? Do you think it's really confirming that so-and-so is your person? And no offense to that when I say it. I know I said it that way very bluntly, but think about this for a second. You think that's really telling you about a person? It's not telling you about a person. It's testing you. Are you looking for signs to hold you back? Most people are looking for signs to say, yep, that's my person. I'm going to wait. Yep, I just know it. We're meant to be together. It has to be this way. This is my person. When in reality, it's asking you, are you willing to acknowledge the sign, smile, say thank you, and move past it? Roseanne just said, no, it's saying pay attention. Exactly. It's testing you to see whether or not you are nudging yourself forward or allowing yourself to be pulled backwards. So Manny just said, I keep seeing angel numbers on license plates daily and crows too. Yeah, so angel numbers, 1111, brand new beginnings. 2s are about building. 3s are about teaching and learning. 4s, divinely guided and protected, stability. 5s, big changes ahead. 6 is about balance and so on and so forth. This is about you, not about another person. Remember that. It's not about the other person. It's about you. So Steph just said, part of the problem with TTP is that you think you're healed and then you get tested 3 to 4 times in a row. So it puts doubt into your mind. Well, at a certain point, Steph, and I'm not, this is not specific to you or your comment, but at a certain point, we have to stop going round and around and around and doing the same thing, expecting different results. Like there's a lesson to be learned to say, I'm so tired that I will not do this anymore. Trusting the process means I'm living my best life, I'm putting myself out there, and things are coming towards me. They're coming towards me. Am I embracing the new energy? Because if we're saying, no, I saw that name on the truck, I saw that birthday, then you're basically saying, give me reasons to not move forward. Because Manny, forgive me for saying this, Manny just said, it appears as though things crumble whenever I attempt. Because subconsciously, you manifest that. Because subconsciously, you don't believe that you can have it. When people get close, TTP is trust the process healing. The problem is that when people get to the finish line, they want to give up just before the finish line. They're afraid. They're afraid of what's next. You know, it's like saying, it's one thing to ask for happiness, another thing to allow. People don't know how to allow happiness in, because if they do allow it in, it means that they have to be vulnerable. And that's what it comes down to. And you're right, it does depend on the individual, but generally, that is the case. Like, let me give you an example about relationships, okay? When you meet somebody new, okay, they're on their best behavior. When you get to the 5.5 and 6 week mark, that's when people start questioning, what are we? And then all of a sudden, we start getting really antsy about what's gonna happen, right? And then you get about 3 to 4 months in, and the question about exclusivity comes up, or where the future is heading with this relationship. And then somebody starts to crack and they start to feel insecure. And maybe they get jealous and they'll test you and they'll behave in a way that's not very becoming. Now, I'm not condoning bad behavior at all. I want you to know that. I would never say you accept bad behavior, but I want you to understand the bigger picture and where the bigger picture comes from. Someone wants to know how you feel about them, or you want to know how they feel about you. So there's a subconscious test that comes out. Somebody says something, somebody does something. Now, here's the thing. You can either take it as a red flag and be like, screw that, I don't want anything to do with that. But I want you to think about it from the bigger picture. If you really, hi Laura, if you really like this person, guess what? Work through the fight or the test or the stupidity in the moment, because everybody has moments of stupidity. Hi Bob, how are you? If you're willing to sit down and talk about it because you genuinely want this to work, then you will. Yeah, it's like a toddler testing boundaries. Exactly, Nick, 100%. So then here's the reason why most people don't want to go through that testing or that fight. They don't want to do it because usually when you have a fight with somebody, it means you open up even more, you become more vulnerable. The relationship can actually get stronger. And then what happens? You continue to grow together, and that scares people. Especially, hi Kelsta, especially if there's somebody that you used to love. Because that person from your past that you used to love, that ran, or that sparked you, you're saying to yourself, what happens if I get into a relationship and so comes back? You're worried. You're already planning out the whole scenario of that person coming back when you have no way of knowing. You have no way of knowing. You can't control that. Cross that bridge when you get there. But everybody is so afraid of, well, what if I'm actually in a relationship and they come back? Doesn't even matter. So people are worried that if they are vulnerable and open with somebody new and being happy, that it's all going to fall because somebody else comes riding in from the past. So when you have a fight with somebody, especially those early on fights, they're meant to shape the relationship. I'll tell you a quick story. When I was dating my ex-husband, he was not the most expressive in how he felt about me, okay? And what happened was, there was a male friend of mine who came to visit me from out of town. And he and I were always platonic, but I'm not gonna lie, there were some feelings there. You know, we did have a moment at one point in time. Nothing too deep or serious, but there was a moment. And when this guy came to visit me, my ex-husband was not happy about this. Now, granted, he was in no position to tell me what to do. That's a whole other story. But point being, I'll never forget what happened after. So he asked me how the afternoon went. We had gone for lunch, this friend of mine, and he said, he asked me how it went, and then he basically got all funny with me. He got all jealous and he started acting stupid. And he ended up, I don't know, blurting out something along the lines of, I like you. I like you a lot. And then that I like you a lot was really, I love you. And that fight that we had of him being stupid and him being jealous was actually what caused us to be open and vulnerable and lay the cards out on the table and really take our relationship to another level. Now, he was afraid of those feelings. I was probably also afraid of those feelings, but we almost needed to have a fight to bring it to the surface, because most of the time we're so afraid to say anything because we don't want to get hurt or we don't want to be vulnerable. And so my point is, when people are there testing you or you're testing them, whichever way it goes, because everybody does it at some point in different ways. And again, I'm not condoning bad behavior, but my point is, in order to truly grow and to change, sometimes you're going to have a little bit of a fight that you don't want to have. You're going to have to deal with behavior that you don't like, because nobody's perfect. Not everybody's going to fight fair. Not everybody's going to be on their best behavior. And I've been saying this a lot lately, that love languages are important, yes, but fight language is even more important. The way someone fights tells you a lot about the person. If they stonewall you, if they're mean, if they are dismissive, or if they're actually willing to take accountability or responsibility and to discuss something. Because who knows, this person could easily say, you know what, I'm sorry, I was really jealous, I was being really stupid that day, and I don't know what came over me. I can easily forgive that. Now, if someone's going to fight me tooth and nail to the very end and basically tell me that their logic is correct and that everything else is wrong, well, that's not taking accountability. So there you have an answer about where the relationship is going. But if someone is going to take accountability and understand that the testing was wrong or that the behavior was wrong, totally different story. Nobody's perfect. So sorry for going off on a tangent, but my point here is understand that in order to get past those early stages of a relationship, you're going to have to get through some of those fights. You're going to have to get through some of that bad behavior. And each person has their own bad behavior here, by the way. It's never just one-sided. It takes two to tango in these situations. It's tough. And I talk to people a lot about what happens when you hit those milestone moments. Again, 5.5 weeks, 3 to 4 months, 6 to 9 months. The real tests, they start happening because everybody's on their best behavior at the beginning until they can't sustain themselves anymore. And you never know when that moment is that they can't sustain themselves. And that's when they act a fool. That's when they act a fool. Everybody, exactly, Roseanne, everybody has prior baggage. Look, my ex-husband was unfaithful. He did some pretty atrocious things. I have forgiven. We're not in a relationship anymore. I have forgiven him. But that doesn't mean that every now and again I don't have a trigger that makes me say, okay, that's a lie. Or what are they doing? Or what's this? It's because I can't help that. However, I can help how I process it or how I behave. I can't control the trigger, but I can control me. So even at 7 months, what you said, Raven, he walked away. No capacity. He has no capacity. People who don't want to work through it or try to work through it. Now, listen, if you've tried umpteen times, oh, thank you, Shaman. If you've tried umpteen times going round and round and round and nothing is changing, then you got to get off the hamster wheel or you got to get off the roller coaster. Okay? But if this is like at the beginning stages and nobody wants to work through the tough conversations or the stupid testing, then how are you ever going to get into a full-blown relationship when you have the biggest fights of your life? Right? A lot of people are jaded. Yeah, they are. But we all have a choice and we all have a responsibility to our own healing. I can't use that as an excuse. Just because my ex-husband did those things, behaved that way, doesn't mean that every man I'm going to meet is going to be the same. I can't do that. It would be unfair to assume that every other man is going to be the same. So Raven, if he can't communicate, then you have to acknowledge it and you got to let him go. That's what it comes down to. I'm a Virgo, yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we all have a choice. And accountability is rare. And I'll put it to you this way. Just let me add to that. You talk about accountability. I'm not blaming my ex-husband. He did some pretty atrocious things, but I also played a role. I was allowing bad behavior. I could have made better boundaries. I didn't deserve what I got, but I certainly could have done things differently. So I know exactly where I went wrong and I take accountability. I have responsibility. I know exactly how it happened. And I cannot totally blame him, even though he did some terrible things. But it's all water under the bridge. We're good. We're amicable. I'm not going to hold on to that shit. It's not worth it. Who's it gonna bother? It's going to bother me. So, yeah, pay attention to the red flags so you don't repeat the past. These are all tough, really tough conversations. September. These are all really, really tough conversations. You know? So all I can say is look at the bigger picture and understand why the broken heart is holding you back. You're welcome, Anthea. Yeah. Forgiveness is really important. Kat just said, I have zero tolerance for playing games like that anymore. If I do something that bothers someone, let me know and I'll respect the boundary. Open communication provides clarity. No need for tests. I hear you, Kat. I understand. The problem is that not everybody operates the same way. You know, you and I are very similar. Even though I'm like that too, I can't stop somebody from wanting to test because of their own traumas, triggers, and hurts. And it depends on the test, it depends on the behavior, and it depends on how they take accountability or how we work it through. So we are going to be tested regardless of how we feel personally. You know? Yeah, exactly, Andrea. I've never blamed him and I always wish him well. Always. Everyone that I've dated, everyone that I've had experience with, I only wish them the best of the best of the best. I really do, because it made me better. Let me just remind you all, the person who sparked me, the one who inspired the cake analogy, all this stuff. Look, I wish him the most happiness, love, and abundance that could ever exist. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I would greet with open arms and just say thank you. If there's one thing that I could be saying to this person is thank you. Because I wouldn't be talking to any of you right now. I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing right now if it wasn't for that experience. So all I can say is recognize that there are so many blessings that come from these situations. There's so many blessings. And yeah, thank you for the lesson. You know, it was worth every little bit. Even if it was tough, I would do it all over again. I really would. Because it made me who I am, and it makes you who you are. So that broken heart, you're divinely guided and protected. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you too. Yes, I'm well, thank you. How are you doing? In the moment you get upset and you spiral, it's exactly because you're taking things personally, Manny. That's the point. It's not about, it's usually not about us. It's about the capacity of another person. Yeah, some words really sting. Of course they do. But it depends on whether or not you're actually able to see the bigger picture. A lot of people think subjectively versus objectively. You know? Learn the lesson, let go. Hi, Kazaya, how are you? But it takes real strength to come to that point. Hi, Lynn, how are you? Nice to see you. It takes real strength. The ability to let go, the ability to forgive. Forgiveness is not about the other person. The forgiveness is about you. Why do you want to hold on to that shit? It's not hurting the other person. The grudge is not hurting anybody. And I want to remind you something. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. You are not responsible for anyone else's karma. You are only responsible for your own. So if you sit there and say, I hope he gets his, I hope she gets hers, GFY, I mean, GFY might be okay. MFCSPOS, we all know what that means. You are not responsible for their karma. Don't wish them anything. Wish them well. The universe does not lose an address. They will get theirs at some point. Do not sit there and try to manifest things for them or karma for them, because that will do nothing but keep you stuck in your own stuff. That's why I say, go live your life. Go figure it out. Go do what you got to go do. It's none of my concern. It's none of my business. It's not my life. It's not my, look, this is my body, my mind, my soul. I'm responsible for me. I'm not responsible for anybody else. So we're divinely guided and protected, and boom, the fireworks card. Okay, we like the card. This is the hot canoodling card. Explosive hot canoodling. Wow, what a change of energy. But this is seriously about celebration. Celebrate how far you've come. You deserve it. You deserve it. But if you're sitting there wishing somebody bad shit every day, there's no celebration for you. Hate to say that, but don't focus on what somebody else is doing. Focus on what you're doing. Yeah, wishing others well is wishing yourself well. You got it. Because people are a reflection of us. You're welcome, Annie. So what do we need to know? After all that, simplify your life. Simplify your life. Thank you, Moses. Hi, Michelle. Amazing. Yeah, we start learning what parts are ours and which are theirs. We also understand they lack capacity. It takes time, Nick. You and I talk about this all the time. It takes time. Thank you, Miraculous. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Elo. Thank you. The two, and I know it's triggering. Forgive me. I know it's triggering. What I'm saying is not easy for everybody. I get that. How many times have I heard people say to me, "Oh shit, Kelly, you triggered me," or "I unfollowed you and then I refollowed you," or "I was mad and then I was okay." Listen, I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to help you because there's a lot of people that can lie to you and they can tell you all this stuff to keep you stuck just for the sake of taking your money. I'm telling you the truth because if I don't tell you, who is going to tell you? And you can listen to me. You don't have to. It's up to you. I just know from experience and talking to thousands of people, I'm not perfect. I've been through all this, but I want you to have the best. And that really comes from my heart. That is genuinely what I want from you, for you. I want the best. From another Virgo to a Virgo. Yeah, I hear you. It's your birthday, Sinead. Happy birthday. Birthdays are triggering. Yes, they are. Yeah, happy birthday. What do you need to know right now? You got to simplify your life. Simplify your life. What's at the top of your priority list? And it should be you. Yeah, hack. Hard ass Kelly. HAK. I know. And it's not easy to be hack. There are days when I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to lay the smack down. But sometimes I have to because, again, I want people to have good energy and good things. I want you to have the love of your life. I want you to feel abundant. I want you to feel good about yourself. Yeah, life hacks. You're from Ireland. Amazing. Hi, Jay. Good, Carla. That's important. It does get easier over time, everybody. It really does. Two of Pentacles and Spark. Spark new energy in your life. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate it. Mike just said, the funny thing about being triggered, you need to look within and figure out why you're being triggered instead of being upset with those who triggered you. Chances are they have no clue. Exactly. Steph just said, I appreciate it when you're hacked because it's a reminder. Yeah, some days I have to be hacked. There are days when we're going to be serious, we're going to be funny, we're going to whatever. I mean, we talked about pickle blocking today, and then we turned into a life hack moment. It can change from moment to moment, right? And I'll never stop being hack Sarah because this is who I am. This is genuinely me. It would be me. Anybody who knows me knows that this is me on camera, off camera, friends, family, being a teacher in the classroom or in a Zoom session. This is exactly what you get. What you see is what you get. This is what you get, right? So let's see what else. Spark. Don't overthink everything. Don't get in your own way. Don't make it complicated. 99% of the time we make it complicated, and that's the problem. Let's take a look at the hope and or fear. Healing. We're hoping for healing, but sometimes we fear the healing. I know that sounds crazy because again, it means what am I going to worry about when I have nothing to worry about? What am I going to do when I'm actually happy? You mean this is what happiness feels like? Okay, when's the shoe going to drop? Stop doing that to yourself. That's why we are here. Exactly. Bonjour, mon ami. How are you? See, look, change. Change is here. We hope for change. We fear change. Authentic. I can't apologize for being my authentic self, Kat. That's a good point. I just can't because I genuinely want it for people. I think I want it for people more sometimes than they want it. Like it's a really fine line because I can't do it for anybody, but I want it. I want it for you. I want you to have the best love of your life, the happiest times, no more trauma. I would love that because I think we need more healing in this world. If I can bring something to you and it spreads from you to other people, then I know I've accomplished something because I think You can't change the world from the top down, but I can change it from myself, within me. If something I say resonates with you and it works for you and you share that with other people, then just imagine the growth that we could all accomplish just in the people that we are here with right now. There's not one person that doesn't have trauma or hurts or triggers, you know? Yeah, you get used to the drama, and that's not the way we want to be. Yeah, Steph, just, I appreciate this. Over the years that I've seen you to only want the best for someone. I've been doing this for, gosh, 4.5 years. It's this, I was the same then, I'm the same now, you know? Exactly. Are you in the old or are you in the new? Want to be in the new. Sank, sank, sank. Big changes. Yeah, big changes ahead when you see fives. The compass. You're trying to figure out where you're going. Aw, Kath. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Oh, that's nice, Queen of Swords. The compass is discovery. Someone's trying to discover themselves, right? And figure out what's next. Good tears? I'm glad to hear that, Kath. I'm glad to hear that. All right, last cards, because I got to go. I got to go to the post office. Let's take a look at the probable outcome. And I've seen this in this position a lot today. 5 of Pentacles. There's the 5. You just mentioned it, Isabel. The 5 of Pentacles is feeling left out in the cold, negative thinking, drawing attention to weaknesses. You got to take yourself out of the cold. It's up to you. Warm yourself up. Heat things up. Nobody's going to do it for you but you. Nobody's going to do it for you but you. Thank you, Kath. I appreciate it. It is easy to stay in a comfort zone, but as I always say, if the comfort zone's so comfortable, why do you want to leave it? If it's so great, why do people want to leave it? You know? So you got to heat it up. You want romance? You want love? You got to take yourself out of the cold. No more broken hearts. No more crying over spilled milk. I know, Roseanne, it's tough. It really is tough. It is all worth it. All of this is worth it. And there's the rabbits, a brand new beginning, a desire, a sudden increase. Once you let go of these things that are getting in your way, everything changes. You may not realize it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not going to be tomorrow. But again, time, effort, and consistency. And it's amazing what worlds can change. It's amazing what things can do. You have to learn to be comfortable. Yeah, learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, you're welcome, Bob. I appreciate it. I really do. I love what I do. This is, you don't even understand how much teaching and cards and these topics mean to me. It really means a lot to me. Sarah just said, I'd like to take credit for triggering this hack counseling session. Oh my goodness. Hi, Val. How are you? You've been married for 39 years and together for 42. That's amazing, Lynn. That's amazing. I mean, look, sometimes we got to have these conversations, and maybe today we needed it. I don't know. I don't know. On a Monday. Look at that, on a Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. Hack Monday. You know? But anyways, it is what it is. It's all good. I appreciate that, Cece. I try. I really do try my best. I can't please everybody, and I wish I could, but I try, you know? This life hack has been brought to you by Sarah. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, boy. So what's everybody doing for the rest of the evening or day? Thank you, Kath. I appreciate it. Thank you, Adela. I really appreciate it. Well, we're in this together. We're all in this together. This is not about me. This is not about, individuals necessarily. This is about a collective of people who want the best, who are striving for the best. Kelly's life hacks, that's for sure. Hey, listen, you wouldn't believe the stories I have. You guys don't even know half the stories of the things I've experienced. You're welcome, Raven. I'm happy to spend time with you guys. That makes you ham. Hard ass Mike, ham. He says he's wise and delicious. Oh my gosh. Dragon Slayer, this was a general collective reading for everybody. And healing should be contagious, right? Well, considering that you're at the top of your to-do list, manifesting. Yes, please go manifest. Hi, Phil. How are you? Go manifest tonight, everybody. Go manifest. Have fun. Yeah, write a book. You should, Lynn. I mean, nothing should stop us from sharing stories, Everybody has a story to tell. Isn't that the truth? I was just saying to someone earlier today, you wouldn't even believe the sitcoms and stories that I could write. I was recalling a story today about the time at my bridal shower, somebody was making a speech and wished my ex-husband and his ex-wife by accident. It was supposed to be my name. Called me my ex-husband's ex-wife's name in front of everybody. And we laughed about this story because it wasn't malicious. It was just a slip. Or about how on my wedding night, my parents were given an adjoining room by the hotel. Can you imagine? It's your wedding night, and your parents have an adjoining door to your honeymoon suite. Yeah, how cozy. So, I mean, I guess I should have known. Those were some omens prior to my wedding or after the wedding. So, I mean, like you can't do anything but laugh, I'd like to wish so-and-so and so-and-so. And of course, it wasn't my name, but it was an accident. She meant no harm. It was just a slip of the tongue. But yeah, the adjoining door to my parents on my wedding night was, oh God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? When I tell you, you've heard stories, I've told you stories about my life, towel moments in Italy, being stuck on a balcony, with a towel locked out of a bathroom. I mean, all these things. I've had so many embarrassing stories or funny stories, but all you can do is just laugh. You can just laugh. My gosh, I had somebody, I told you, come today to tell me about some work or give me a price for some work on my house. And I was telling them how I fell behind the dryer recently. And they looked at me and they laughed and they're like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. And I'm like, no, I laugh now thinking about this too. How stupid of me. In the moment, how did that even happen? Remember the old show, 1,000 Ways to Die? When you hear these freak stories. And here I was thinking I'm going to be found behind the dryer, my legs in the air in my robe. Yeah, I fell behind my dryer, Kim. You didn't know that story? That happened last month when I adopted my cat. My new cat went around behind the dryer and I went to go shoo him out and I slid and I went headfirst behind the dryer. And there was a step ladder that I stupidly put in front of the dryer, which means it locked me in behind the dryer and I couldn't get out. Oh my gosh, your ex did the same thing in his best man speech at his friend's wedding. He said the wrong name. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, thank goodness. Andrea, I really thought that that's how I was going to be found. In my robe, exposed. Yeah, it was very, very scary. I really thought that was the end. How did I get out? Oh, well, I didn't realize that if I pull on that cord that I could have shocked myself. But I didn't think about that in the moment because it's a very thick cord behind there. So I tried to, yes, Riley, I am a teacher. I tried to pull myself up somehow. I had to try to contort my body to get out. It took me about 20 minutes, I think 20 minutes, half hour to get out. But I knew it was dire. I knew it was a dire situation. So yeah. Riley, do we know each other? Riley, does your last name start with a V? My new cat is amazing. Yeah, I was banged up and bruised. Yeah, yeah. I know, Minka, I know. Yeah, it's funny because I'm okay. Exactly. Like it turned out okay. Dana, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, sounds like a viral video. Oh gosh, it was so embarrassing. Oh, okay, I supplied. Okay, okay. I appreciate it. Thank you, Riley. Remember, I probably told you guys I work in social media, so that's there you go. Yeah, in your chem class. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss D. Miss D's class, probably. Or Mr. C, depending on which one. I was thinking when I said V, it could have been somebody that I taught years and years and years ago. But yeah, if I supplied, then yeah, it's recent. Well, the firefighters, yeah, it would have. They would have had to like knock down my door. Um, so how's the dryer? Perfectly fine, Susan. I just attached a new dryer. What do you call it? A dryer hose, I guess. Yeah, the main thing is that I'm okay. Yeah. But yeah. All right, everybody, I better go. But anyways, it was nice spending some time with you. Yeah, the dryer vent. Yeah, the hose that goes to the dryer vent. Yeah. I just installed a new one and everything was perfectly fine. There's no issue with it. All right, everybody. Yeah, thanks, Kim. I appreciate it. It's been over a month now. I'm luckily okay. But you know what's funny? I still have a very bad bruise from it. And it's not like a typical bruise. It's crazy. You have a great evening and rest of your day wherever you are in the world. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, that's okay, Val. The hack session it'll be on Instagram. It'll be on Instagram or on YouTube. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care, Instagram. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Okay, YouTube, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye, guys.